I think those kids from Oregon are soft as shit.
You nailed that one yesterday. You broke it down great. What was the reasoning again?
Because the kids from Oregon are soft.
That was the breakdown.
And honestly, it wasn't even a contest right from the beginning. And poor Rittie, he has to deal with those kids from Oregon.
Those soft preteens, right? I mean, get it together.
Shaman.
Hey, welcome back, everybody, to our Wednesday special guest edition of Fade the Mahoney. This gentleman right over here, that's Ritman. Rittie, Ritman. We can call you either. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
Hello, everyone.
And EDonk is back in his normal place. He is in the pizza place at the local poker room. Do you have food you can show us or no?
I already finished it.
Oh, that's very professional. Good job.
I'm trying to be a little more professional.
That is very, thank you very much. That's great. Rittie, we're going to get to some topic points and questions for you, but just real quick, a couple of housekeeping items. Right off the start, we need to apologize. EDonk, you need to apologize. People come to this show for a reason, and this reason is to fade the Mahoney. And Monday, you done fucked up.
Yeah, we won too many games on Monday.
We can't explain what happened, but I mean, we're always honest here, completely transparent. EDonk got the total.
You know,
wrong.
like in that movie, where he like blacks out. He's doing the
Old School.
Old School, yeah, Old School. He like just rattles it all off, rattles off the debate, and then he said, "What happened? I blacked out." It's sort of like what happened on Monday.
That's exactly what happened. You got one wrong. You got the total wrong in the Monday night game. But aside from that, you had 3 stars on the Niners, easy victory. You had 3.5 stars on the Bulls, easy victory. You had Marquette +8 as a 4-star. They won outright. And GAFC, you had George Kittle to score the first touchdown at 12-1. So
yeah,
that'll be enough of that. So again, apologize.
Not Kerry Kittle, George.
Now, were you talking about the basketball player from Villanova back in the 90s? Is that Kerry Kittle? Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think he played on the Bulls, didn't he? For like a short stint. Pretty sure.
All right. Well, so that's our apologies. We're going to do our best to make sure that doesn't happen again. We'll get back on track to fade the Mahoney. But let's talk to Rittie a little bit. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Good. EDonk's good. He's eaten already. You haven't seen the intro yet. I hope you go back and watch it. It pertains to you. But you've done really well in the World Series of Poker so far. And I had Eric do a little investigating. I'm not sure how seriously he took it, but based upon how he feels about you and your people, he thinks you're the first person from Oregon to ever cash the main event. Is that true?
I don't know. My research department is not as good as yours. I'll have to take his word for it on that one.
All right. Go back and watch the intro. Tell us how it's gone. How many events have you played? What's going on?
Yeah, well, the series overall has gone pretty well. I think I've played around 17 events now.
Okay.
But that includes some double buy-ins, so somewhere in the neighborhood of 25 buy-ins.
Okay.
And yeah, I've been fortunate enough to do well in some of them. So I've cashed in 5 events now.
Okay.
Yeah. So can't complain.
Okay. My research here, let me just pull it back up because I've got it over here. You cashed event 26, which was that your first cash? That was the good one, huh?
I don't remember.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you, event 26, you came in 15th. That's
Oh,
pretty
okay.
good.
Yeah,
That's,
that was pretty good.
that's pretty good. 52, you
How many
cashed.
people played? Like 40?
Yeah, a little more than maybe a couple hundred in there.
Really?
$1,000 buy-in. It had just under 1,400 entries. So
Yeah, so a couple hundred.
You took 14th?
15. Don't give him extra credit. 15.
Yeah, I didn't make the top 1%, EDonk.
Okay,
Seems like a fail.
that was your first cash. Then, holy cow, you are a whole heck of a lot younger looking than you must be.
I know where you're gonna go there, but you don't have to.
You cashed in the seniors championship. Congratulations, old man.
Yeah.
218th place there. Deep stack event, 436. You just recently cashed in the 888 no limit 361st, but why don't we talk about the big one? Main event. You finished 259th. Jeez. That's a pretty good payday. What do you got to say about the main event? What can you tell me?
Well, it was a beautiful week, beautiful event. Actually, a couple of weeks since I played the very first day one. They changed it this year to have 6 different day ones. So I had 4 days off between the day I started and then the next day I played. And then I had another day off between day 2 and day 3 before playing 3 consecutive days, or at least part of 3 days, for day 3, 4, and 5. So it was really good right away. The very first day of the event for me, I wound up down a little bit during the first level, and then all of a sudden had a couple of big hands that went my way, and it seemed like I was just off to the races, chipping up. No huge pots, but after that day, I came out with a chip stack that was, I think, 3rd overall out of all the starting day 1 flights. So after that, it was a little bit downhill, because after the second day, I was still in the top 4%, but not nearly as high from a percentage standpoint relative to everyone else. And then pretty card dead on day 2. It was funny. Someone at the table next to me was saying, "How did you get all those chips? You never play in any freaking pots." I was like, yeah, it's a totally different day of cards than I had the first day, but I still chipped up a little bit. On day 3, things went pretty well again. It was up and down for the most part, but I ended up again in the top 5% of overall chips and ending that day. And that was the day that we all made the money. So at the very end, it was great. 1,000 people cashed, and I had over 1 million chips. Nice. I think one of the things that probably helped out is I had I actually faded getting dealt pocket aces for a couple of days. After that, like one of the first couple of hands in day 3, I got pocket aces. A short stack got all in. I called, and it was aces versus queens. Unfortunately, there was a queen in the window.
Yeah. Can't win that one.
Lost that one. So that was downhill slide a little bit there, but still wound up doing pretty well on that day.
Was that day 3 or day 4?
That was day 3.
Okay.
And
was
then,
day 4 the day that you were on either the featured table or right next to it or something like that? Was that day 4?
Yeah, day 4, right before dinner time. So right at the end of level 3 on day 4. Each day is 5 2-hour levels.
Okay.
So you got to a secondary feature table there. Got dealt aces again at a secondary feature table when I had maybe 800K in chips, and I got it. So someone I think in the hijack opened it up. I 3-bet from the button, the small blind jams, and she's the short stack. The hijack folds. I go all in, so we're all in pre-flop. I'm up against ace king offsuit, so I'm looking good. She has one live suit, which is diamonds, to her ace. By the turn, there were 4 diamonds, so it was all over. So I couldn't fade getting pocket aces on that hand. So
if you never get aces, you might still be playing.
That's a possibility. Yeah, I net didn't do very well with pocket aces, but that was okay, and it was great for this player. She wound up running it up and getting over 2 million chips in almost no time. So I was pretty happy for her. Interesting thing.
Was she the one by chance that was like stared down by Chance Corneth in one of the feature? Like Chance was like staring a hole through her head, like sitting right next to her.
I don't think that was her. That must have been someone else. But I got to I'll tell you this story, EDonk, because you'll appreciate it. This goes along the lines of nobody cares what hand you had t-shirt. So on that same hand that I just got my aces cracked, the person who originally opened the pot, he's a European player, and he was meaning well and everything, but he goes to me right after the hand, like, "Oh, you're lucky. You would have lost more if she didn't go all in." Like, how do you figure? Oh, well, he would have stayed in for sure. He would have called the 3-bet, and then with the same run out, I would have lost more. Oh. He's like, so I just stare at him for like 5 seconds, and I say,
"Thanks."
Yeah, I feel really lucky about that.
Why? What was, I mean, aside from your stunning good looks and your choice in clothing, why were you on the featured table?
Well, there were a couple of well-knowns that I'm sure were the anchors of that table. So Elke was there.
Oh, okay.
And Dave Tuckman.
Oh.
Yeah, and so they were. That's why they probably built that feature table. Probably originally moved that table there. I just had a random table break card draw that happened to put my seat onto that table.
Oh, I see. Yeah. All right. Shout out Dave Tuckman.
Dave Tuckman.
I've been in. I've had some correspondence with him, and he has promised to be a future guest on the show once the World Series winds down. So
you'll have to ask him about his bust out hand. It was real cooler.
I think you happened to make his Twitter or Instagram post in the picture he took of his cooler.
Yeah, I saw that. I was in the background there, just shaking my head. I can't believe he got into that situation.
But under the table, you're going like this. Yes, yes. One more guy down.
Well, what you can't see from that picture is that the guy he lost to is Holmes. I don't remember his first name, but he's still in the main event. Yeah, he's in the final 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, we call that, so the European guy who gave you some analysis afterwards, we call that a PGA, a post-game analysis. Mm-hmm. So, I love a good PGA.
Yeah, that was a good one. That felt like a needle right into my kidney.
Yeah, the unintentional needles hurt the most.
That's right. So, so that was cool. Maybe I'll share one more memorable hand because this was pretty important for my tournament life.
Okay, just hold on 1 second. I'm gonna have, if you're not aware of this, what drives YouTube views is poker hands.
Oh,
it doesn't even matter if your show's any good. So I'm gonna get the editing guys to put the cards up on here, and then
you guys are high tech.
Yeah, I know. I was actually, if I had my shit together, I actually was going to have a deck of cards here. And whenever you called out a hand, I was going to pull them out, but the day got away from me. So we'll see if editing can handle it after the fact. All right, go ahead with the hand.
Oh, how funny. Yeah. Okay. So we're in the second level of day 4. So this is after everyone has made the money, but trying to stay in the tournament. I had started as the chip leader at my table, but I lost a bunch of chips to this player. His name's Norbert, who he went pretty deep too. I think he came in 27th in the whole tournament. But he's now the chip leader at our table by a lot. But I still have a million chips. And I pick up 10-9 offsuit from the cutoff, I think. Okay. And I open the pot. Small blind calls, and Norbert, who's in the big blind, he calls also. Great flop for me, King 9-9. So I flop trips.
Yahtzee.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to figure out how I can get the most out of this one.
Yep.
So I do a C bet for about the same as I opened pre-flop. The small blind folds, big blind calls. So I'm feeling good about this.
He's got a king.
Well, we'll see. Turn comes, the gin card comes out. I get a 10. So now I've got a boat at the turn. So now I'm just figuring out how I can get all my chips in.
Right.
So I make a medium-sized bet, maybe a half more than I bet the last round. See if he stays in. He check raises me, so I'm feeling really good. He check raises me to like 3 times the bet.
Let's go.
Yeah, I call. Wait for the river. River is a blank. No flushes out there. So basically, I've got one of the most nutted hands I could have in this situation.
Yeah.
And then Norbert bets out like 185, and I fight all my instincts to just stuff it in, and I think about it for a bit. So I wind up tanking, and the table has no idea why I'm tanking. They probably trying to figure out whether I'm going to fold or call. So I finally call. I stuff my chips in, and I say, "This is probably a really nitty call. I should be raising here." But I just call, and then he shows the King 9 for a better boat, and I mean I'm kind of stunned but relieved. Everybody is just taking turns, escalating their comments at the table about how they would have been out of the tournament.
That's insane.
And then at the very end, Norbert goes, "Yeah, I would have raised my mom all in on that pot." So, but realistically, I would have been, if I raise at all, even if I don't shove, I would have been out of the tournament, and that would have cost me about a day's time left in the tournament. So in real terms, that's about 20 grand.
Oh yeah, that's what I was going to ask. What was the fold worth? That's a pretty nice fold. You ever made a bigger fold than a 20 grand fold before?
Yeah, not yes, once, but I don't want to go into that one. That one still hurts too much.
All right. So you have played at least one more, or who knows? You're in Vegas, right?
I'm still in Vegas. Yeah, I'm here until next Tuesday. So I'll be playing 3 more tournaments probably.
Okay. Anything today?
Yeah, there's the Hall of Fame bounty. I think 1979 is the name of it, or the buy-in, one of those two.
All right. What time's that start? You got to get out, or are you okay?
Oh, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. I'll go there. Even if I go, I'm gonna late reg a little bit.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations on the deep run. You had lots of people in the DGAF community rooting for you and railing and following along. So
honestly,
that was awesome.
There couldn't be a nicer guy and more communal guy to root for. To be completely frank, I know I bust balls a lot, but you're great, man.
Hey, thanks. Yeah, I've got a lot to be thankful for, and the people in the community, the DGAF community, were freaking awesome during this whole thing. So I really felt it, and I really think it helped.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, you guys were hanging out for a while together out there, right? You two?
Yeah, for a little bit.
Showed him a cool pizza place.
All right. Give me some DGen stories.
Oh yeah. Yeah, EDonk, you'll have to make sure I stay on the rails here, but so I think between day 2 and day 3, we were just messing around, killing some time before dinner. We were gonna have a dinner together. Wednesday. Yeah, and so we're playing. We decide to degen a little bit at the craps pit, so we both buy in for a little bit, and it doesn't go well for the first half hour or so. So we're almost, both of us at the same time, down to our last bullet. Like we're just, we're on fumes, and this guy at the other end of the table comes in carrying these huge chip stacks. Like he's got a tray of chips, and we take a closer look, and they're chocolate chips. So if you don't know, at Caesar's, chocolate chips are flags. They're like the $5,000 chips. He's got a rack full of them, and we just looking over. Like, that must be $170K worth of just those chips. Those weren't the only chips in his rack.
Meanwhile, I had like $200 in my stack.
Yeah, we're there like, okay, I'm gonna put my $50 bet here and see if we can survive. But so it's EDonk's turn to roll. So he gets the dice. It turns out the guy is on the other side is betting $5,000 on the pass line plus full odds behind the pass line. Yeah. So
and he's betting like $1,100 on like the C&E
like
bets.
The craps 11 bet. So he's doing all these novelty bets also, but his main bet is the pass line bet. And he
didn't show up with all those chips to just hang on to them.
Oh god, no, and he let him fly. So for those doing the math, that's on the pass line alone. That's if every time he wins the pass bet, it's like $30K, $35,000. So EDonk, who I swear can't hit any number the entire day, gets the dice and immediately hits 3 passes in a row. Like hits 3 numbers in a row.
3 points.
Yeah, 3 points. And I look at him and like, dude, you just made that guy $100,000.
I was hoping he was gonna buy me into the little 1-for-1 draw.
and then I rolled and I kind of broke even. And then the person who just got into the game to the left of me, he had an awesome roll, and he winds up making. I mean, he must have made that other guy another $150,000 or something like. So all of a sudden, we're talking about how he just won a house on the other side of the table there.
Yeah, he had. I think he had like 400. It was like 350 plus when we went bust out. And the guy who came and stood to my direct right, he bought in for like $500 and kept playing the hard ways. And the guy hit like 3 hard 8s in a row. And this dude to my right bought in for like it was less than $1,000. I think it was like $500, and he cashed out for over $9,000. He had a nice little score.
Well, we'll need to clip this segment and send it to P-Man, who says that he shouldn't play in the pits, but obviously this story says you should. If you caught the subtle thing that EDonk inserted there, like he said before we went busto.
Yeah.
But I this is how good I run. So I was actually ahead after all that, and then
oh yeah,
it was up and down a little bit, but then I go to the bathroom. So I leave and I'm off of the table for, I swear, 5 to 10 minutes or something like that. I come back and what happened to all your chips?
Another one of those unintentional needles that hurts the most.
Yeah. Sorry, PGA. So
where'd all your chips go? Well, you see,
so
what happens is.
So
Did
I
we go bust?
So I survived there, but not all made it as healthy as I did. But that was great, and we had I think we had a great dinner afterwards, and it was a lot of fun.
It was phenomenal.
The other DGen outside of the WSOP that I wanted to share, and I haven't told anyone this, not even my wife, Mama B. Shout out Mama B.
Shout out Mama B.
But I'll fess up now. So after I bust from the main event on day 5, I'm still just processing, decompressing. I'm thanking the community, but pretty shortly after that, I went to the craps table and said, what the heck? I'll just put some money down and this will be part of my decompression. And I go on this phenomenal run, and in a half hour, I netted a main event buy-in. And then I quit. so that was the end of my my gambling on day 5 of the main event.
CP man, P man, hit the pits, baby. It can work. What'd you say, EDonk?
You run so good in craps.
Speaking of P man, he wanted me to ask you. I don't have any idea where this is going. I hope it isn't awful. He wanted me to find out from you your thoughts on Jack Black's epic movie Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny.
Yeah, P-Man is phenomenal. You got to watch it if you haven't watched it.
Are you in it or something, or it's just a movie you like?
No, we watched it together.
Oh,
and it was kind of a fun throwback movie. So very, very cool.
All right. All right. You got anything else from World Series or Las Vegas in general? Any degenning? Any other stories you want to get off your chest? Anything you want to confess to Mama B before we move on?
No, I've got a ton of stories, but I'll cut it off with that. I think that was a healthy chunk.
I've got a few shout outs. I want to get out of here real quick out of my mouth. First off, to Trevor Savage. For those who watched the last show, he did a breakdown for game 4 of Major League Wiffle Ball World Series, which was yesterday. He accurately predicted homers by both Schultze and Saylor. That happened. He got the game right. He had the starting pitchers completely wrong, though, which sort of threw off everything. But thanks for that, Trevor. Also, everybody, it is Wednesday, so when you're done with this, please listen to Raising the Nuts. Jody spent some time in Nashville and has, I guess, a girls' weekend recap to do. I have a feeling it'll be censored to protect the names of the innocent, but make sure you watch that. Also, I mentioned Trevor. Again, everybody knows on Friday morning, Trevor and I broke the news about Taylor Swift and re-recording the album. We broke that news here on Fade the Mahoney. And again, now it's everywhere. She was on Saturday Night Live. Anthony Jeselnik was talking about it today on his podcast. Tony Kornheiser was talking about it on his podcast. But we at Fade the Mahoney, we had it first.
Nice.
We'll part out.
Say again?
We'll edit this part out.
No, we won't. Shout out to Spec Brad. EDonk, you warned me about the props. You tried warning me.
Yeah, he stung you, huh?
Didn't stop me from trying to take him down. He crushed me on Monday night. So good job, Spec Brad. Circle back to World Series. Shout out Derek GMZ. He's deep in something right now. Do you know what it is, Rittie? Which event he's deep in?
Yeah, it's a good one. It's the 50 stack.
Oh, that's some big money there.
It'll be pretty big. Yeah. Let's hope he goes deep.
Let me see what I got on here.
19 and a half bigs, I think. I'm not mistaken.
I'm looking, somebody posted his table draw, and I guess there's some well-known people on there. The most anybody has is 23 bigs, and he's got 20, I think, something like that. So he should be fine.
Yeah, there's not too many people left in that tournament because it was a turbo, like half-hour levels. So he's already in just making it past that day. He's probably in the top 3%ish.
Good luck, Derek GMZ. We'll be rooting for you. My last shout out I have on here is just remind everybody it's DGF week on Hustler Casino Live. I watched a little bit on Monday, and Eric's buddy who he wants to play with, Jerry, was putting on a show. Did you watch that at all?
Jerry?
Yeah, he was the guy that a couple weeks ago when we talked about him, he called a big river bet
Jameel.
with 7 high, and you said you were gonna talk to DJF about maybe getting him out to the.
Yeah, he has an open invite to our game in Illinois. I'm happy to put him up at the nice Holiday Inn right across the way here, and we will accommodate all of his needs here in Chicago if he'd like to come out. What's up, Jameel?
We have a special guest. Jameel, nice to meet you. I'm Mike.
Hey, what's
Mike,
going on?
Mike, Jojo.
EDonk.
Hey, Mike.
We met last Monday at the Bellagio.
Yeah. So Jameel has been my buddy here. He's staying at my house here in Vegas, and we've been just doing the grind together for a lot of these WSOP events. In fact, he's probably about to head out to one right now. But I caught him on the way out. I just wanted to give. He's definitely one of the shout outs here. So, great newcomer, vital part to the DGAF community, and awesome support. We also, if we had time at a different episode, I could say we also fired the tag team event together and did pretty well, but got a bad beat at the end.
You had a nice little run in the main too, right, Jameel?
Yeah.
Nice.
Decent run.
Yeah.
Decent run in Maine,
Nice.
Same run, pretty much. Yeah.
Much, yeah. Nice.
Awesome.
All right.
Congrats.
Well,
Yeah, we're just at the
shout out
close
to
here.
Mike and EDonk. Nice to meet you guys again, and happy to be a part of the community. And take care. Good luck today.
Okay.
Yeah, take care.
Go get him today. Rittie, you got any other shout outs you want to throw out before we move on to some gambling?
Yeah, I'm sure I'll forget some names, but I just want to shout out some folks who were huge supporters over the last couple of weeks on the Rail Me channel of the Slack in our community, as well as here live. EDonk and SD Gen, Mama B, my wife, was actually here for a couple of days, and we had one planned date, and I stood her up for that one because I was playing the main event.
As you were running deep.
So thank you, SD Gen, again for picking up the slack there and being my sub for that Sting concert. So I appreciate that, and just a ton of people in the community with Jameel and One Time and 20 other folks railing the whole time. Silent Sound Guy did some nice video clipping and picture editing and stuff and sending it to me. So just want to say how much that really meant. That was great, and I felt like it really helped me stay in the moment for a lot of it. So
Okay.
a lot of times these things happen and you just don't even realize how good you had it until way later.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
My last question before we get to the gambling. What do you think is harder to do? Running as deep as you did, or busting in the first day like EDonk did? Which is more difficult? It's pretty close, right? It's pretty close.
It's kind of it's a classic flip.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job, EDonk. Just as difficult.
Same level. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, was I the only one who saw Mike Trout out there?
Stop deflecting. All right, let's bet some games.
I at least made it to fucking dinner.
You ready to bet some games, Rittie?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's start. People love the NFL, so we're going to start in the NFL. Again, we are not sponsored by DraftKings, but it's where I get all of our lines. We're going to start off with the big game tomorrow night in Atlanta, Super Bowl rematch from a few years ago. The Patriots are at the Falcons, and the Patriots are favored by 7. What do you got?
The Pats are going to dominate that game.
Okay. So you're going to lay the points. We like to do a 1 to 5 star scale. 5 is you're super confident. 1, you're not all that confident.
This is in Atlanta?
Correct.
I'll give that 4 stars.
Okay, 4 stars. And just so you're aware, a few weeks ago, we had a gentleman by the name of KL Cleaton on the show, and he decided to blow up the star system. So if you have one that you like a lot, you can put 11 stars on it, and we call that the KL special. So we've got a few games to go through. So keep that one in your back pocket. All right, 4 stars on the Patriots. Next game, big game in Minnesota. The Packers are favored by 2 at Minnesota.
Oh, yeah, I like the Packers there.
Okay.
I'll go 3.5 stars on that one.
Okay, 3.5. You like laying points with road favorites. All right, next game, perhaps the biggest game of the weekend. Everybody's going to watch and bet on this one. We've got the Cowboys are on the road at the Chiefs. Chiefs are favored by 2.5.
Ooh. Yeah, I like the Chiefs.
Right?
Well, I'm a Cowboys fan, so even though I think that they're in trouble on this one, I'm gonna go with the Cowboys for 4.5 stars.
Oh wow, 4.5. You and KL both Cowboys fans who have to suffer through having the worst head coach in the history of the NFL with Mike McCarthy.
Well,
all right.
You Green Bay folks would know.
We do know.
Yeah, he
all right.
fucked up Super Bowls for those guys up north.
Say that again.
Said he fucked up many Super Bowls for those guys up north.
He sure did.
Chance to go to the Super Bowl, chances in the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Well, one of the ones that he messed up was when they were up by 3 scores in the second half against who I assume you root for. You root for the Seahawks at all too, Rittie, or no?
Nah, not really.
No. All right. Well, we're going to do that game anyway, because I got it written down here. The Cardinals are at Arizona, or the Arizona Cardinals are at Seattle, and Arizona's favored by 2.5.
All right. We're going Arizona there for 3 stars.
3 stars. All right. All right. Those are the regular games. I got to get you to pick the NFL MVP.
Oh, okay.
The good and the bad. The good, you've got 10 weeks worth of games to consider when you pick your winner. Bad news is you can't take Mahomes, Russell Wilson, Stanley McCaffrey, Dak Prescott, Justin Herbert, Tom Brady, Kyler Murray, Josh Allen, Matthew Stafford, Lamar Jackson, Derek or Travis Henry, Aaron Rodgers, Cooper Kupp, or Nick Chubb. Can't take any of those.
What the heck? Who's left?
Can you just give them like the top 5 with the best odds that are left?
I can.
It's probably easier to do that.
Best odds are Ryan Tannehill, Derek Carr, Joe Burrow. For some reason, Teddy Bridgewater is still on this list. Jonathan Taylor, and yikes, Alvin Kamara, Adam Thielen.
All these dudes have no shot.
Yep, that's right.
I don't even know what's. I'll pick EDonk. It's about equal odds.
All right, EDonk. All right, I'm gonna put you down for. I'm gonna put you down for Alvin.
If you need to pick one, pick Derek Carr.
Okay, Derek Carr, Vegas guy.
Yeah.
Derek Carr. Okay.
They're all drawing dead. but
There's-
you'll take the one that's least drawing dead.
You can get 50-1 on Derek Carr. And again, so if he wins, you get special officially licensed Fade the Mahoney merchandise. So give you
Yeah, I'm
something.
looking forward to that.
All right. I think this might cause some action right here, but let me pull it up. Perhaps the biggest game of the weekend in college football. You know where I'm going? Oregon is playing against Utah.
Yeah.
Let me find the line because I know it's always moving. It's probably a late game. This is some good content right here. All right. Utah is actually favored by 3 points. Supposedly, this is Oregon's best chance to lose to keep them out of the playoffs. So you're
Utah
done.
is favored by 3 points.
Utah is favored by 3.
That's nuts, man. I would have bet Oregon if they were favored by 3.
All right. All right.
So
This is-
EDonk, you've got the auto book on the other side, right?
I'm happy to book all bets against all the Oregon teams for the rest of my life.
Is this the KL special?
No, I'm not going to give it a KL special.
All right. How many stars?
I'll give it a 5-star though.
Oh, all right. All right. That's good. That's good. 5-star on Oregon. And you guys have your auto book going. Okay. I've got 2 picks for tonight because people got to have action at all times. EDonk, are you ready to go through 2 of them real quick for tonight?
Yeah, quickly.
Northern Illinois laying 2.5 to Buffalo in MACtion.
Buffalo 3.5 stars.
Bulls and Blazers tonight. Your spread is, it's a late game, should be easy to find. Blazers are favored by 1.
Bulls 5 stars.
All right. And wrapping up, I did get my early morning text this morning from the Kingmaker shit tout in training, Chad McVean. He likes 4 stars on the Patriots tomorrow, 2 stars on the under. He went 3-8 in the NHL last night. So
That's more like it.
If he's claiming 3-8, imagine what he really did. But he's laying the puck line with Colorado tonight, and then also taking the Los Angeles Kings. Is that right?
Are there only 2 games tonight?
Well, those are the only 2 he's firing.
I can't imagine a guy who goes 3-8 in the NHL yesterday only betting 2 NHL games today if there's more than 2 NHL games tonight.
Must be an abbreviated schedule. He is claiming that in the NFL, he is now 92-51.
Yeah,
But
sure.
let's all remember. Do you remember what his KL special was last week? The Rams laying 3.5. That he laid 11 stars on that, and they lost by 1 million. So that sounds about right. All right. I got everything here I wanted covered. We'll be back on Friday with Trevor Savage. We'll preview game 5 of Major League Wiffle Ball World Series. Hopefully he'll have the pitching matchup correct on that one. Dr. EDonk is heading back to the table before he loses his seat. I'm sure they're not going the other people at the table aren't going to let them.
They actually, they tip the dealers and the floor and the brush girls to make sure that I get as much time as I need.
And the general manager and the poker room manager, anybody they have to tip to make sure you don't lose your seat.
Let me just say that I wasn't sure that I was running good the last couple of weeks until I got invited to this internationally acclaimed vlog with you guys, and that really cemented things. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. We appreciate you turning down all the other national offers that you had gotten from all the other big shows to make sure you showed up on here first to talk about your deep run. So we're thankful for that. So thank you, Ritman. I appreciate you stopping by. EDonk, you're looking.
Yeah, thank you.
You're looking sexy as always. Remember, everybody, official meet and greet where EDonk is right now. Fade the Mahoney meet and greet all day Sunday. JJD from Florida is coming up specifically to join the Fade the Mahoney meet and greet. All right, that's going to do it. Say goodbye, everybody. Thanks, Rittie. Thanks, EDonk.
Yep. Thank you.
Bye.
Later.
Later.